All right, everyone, welcome to the third annual College Day at Brown. Woo! Okay. Where was that energy when I was calling y'all schools? I'm really happy to see that. Thank you. And just as excited as you are, so is the staff and everyone who made this possible. To get started, I just want to introduce myself. My name is Michael Ochoa. I already talked to many of you, and I'm a third-year student studying international public affairs who will be hosting you today. Oh, okay, some cheers. Thank you. I was born in Prague and grew up in Pawtucket in CF. Shout out to my bucket folk. I come from a beautiful first-gen, low-income, formerly undocumented family that had no idea what this whole college thing was about before I started coming here. I literally didn't even know Brown existed until 4 years ago in my junior year of high school when I happened to come by and visit College Hill and realized that I lived just 15 minutes away from one of the world's most elite universities. Therefore, I'm incredibly happy to see y'all homies from the Providence area here today to learn about Brown because I see education as liberation. I genuinely believe that it is the key for uplifting my fam, our community, and just the people to build a better future in which we have more folk who grew up like us and think like us at the decision-making table. Through my studies, I hope to pursue a career in public service, and on campus, I'm involved, just to name a few things, Colombian Student Association. I lead the Brown University Questbridge chapter. I'm sure some of you guys have heard of this organization. Please apply. I do research for one of my favorite professors and work in the U-Fly Center, a very, very special place for students who may identify under the undocumented, first-gen, college, low-income identity umbrella. Now, I know you will hear from a lot of people about why they love Brown, but before we continue with today's amazing programming, I just wanted to share why it's so special to me. I love this university because it's a place that empowers curiosity. The culture here is all about pursuing your passions and being the best that you can be in whatever piques your interest. And for me, that's learning languages, developing my political consciousness, building community, and making use of Brown's very generous resources to take part in amazing opportunities in DC that I otherwise would not have been able to afford. For others, it's about acrobatics, researching cancer, and I met some of you future researchers out there, and even building rockets. A lot of you mentioned that you want to send things into space, and I told y'all that there's this club at the engineering center that is working on sending a satellite into orbit, and these are students, which is insane. But that just goes to show that whatever your dreams may be, Brown offers its students the tools, knowledge, and connections necessary to cultivate their curious minds, and make them come true. And hopefully, we can show you that today. And for that, I'm eternally grateful. Now, that's enough about me. I would like to introduce our first speaker of this morning. President Paxton has served as Brown University's 19th president and the professor of economics and public policy since 2012. Under her leadership, Brown has elevated teaching and research, developed the physical campus to support a world-class education, strengthened community engagement, and supported the students, faculty, and staff who live and work at Brown. Please join me in welcoming President Paxton.
Thank you, and welcome, everybody. It is fantastic to be here today. I'm so glad you're all at Brown. You know, you listed some of the things that I've done at Brown, but there's something that should be in there that's not in there, which is one of the things that I'm most proud of is taking steps to make Brown affordable to all students. So, you know, as you know and other people know, if you get accepted to Brown, the amount that you pay is based solely on your family's need. And access is really, really important. So thank you for that introduction, Michael. I want to start with some thanks to all the people who made this day possible. I'm not going to read all the names, there are too many, but we have people from the Annenberg Institute and the events team and others. Can you just give me a round of applause for everybody who's put this together? Thank you. Okay, now I am going to read a list of names. There are more than 350 students with us today. I'm not going to read your names, but I want to recognize your schools. And when I call out your school or organization, you have to show that you think it's the best one by cheering. So, guess who gets to go first? 360 High School? Whoa, come on! Blackstone Academy. Central Falls High School. Oh, they're good. Central High School. Classical High School. E-Cubed Academy. I think you have your first for now. Hope High School. Really great. Jorge Alvarez High School. Good. Juanita Sanchez High School. Mount Pleasant High School. Onward We Learn. Let's cheer for them. Paul Cuffey High School. PCTA. There you go. School 1. Shea High School. Times Squared Academy. And last but not least, Tolman High School. I don't know, Tolman may have got it. Okay, now we're going to do a show of hands. Who wants to go to college? Okay, this is great. I see almost every hand up. And for those of you who are kind of not sure, what I hope is that by the end of the day today, if somebody asks you that question, every single hand just shoots up like this. Today, you're going to learn a little bit about what it's like to go to college. And, you know, high school is great, and we have our great leader of the Providence Public Schools and Rhode Island Schools here, as well as our mayor. And, you know, but college is different from high school. It's really different in some important ways. You know, today, what you're going to learn is what you can learn when you're in college. And as Michael said, like, the door is wide open to so many different things. You can learn about engineering or artificial intelligence or public health or archaeology and more, things that you don't even know exist yet. What you can do is different. You can do sports and recreation. You can do community engagement. You can study abroad for a semester or do a great international program during the summer. What's also different is the type of people who will be your friends. When you go to high school, you're around people who live near you. If you're in Providence, Providence. If you're in, yeah, that's how it works. And when you go to college, you're around people who come from all over the place, right? And so one of the most exciting things is meeting people who come from really different environments than you. Now, I believe really strongly that college should be a daring adventure, not a forced march. You know, as I said, it's different than high school. And it's a place of self-discovery and experimentation. It's a place where you can learn what you love doing so that you can go on to a life of doing what you love doing. And again, exposure to different ideas, different people, it's mind-opening, it's really wonderful. Now, I'm going to give you 2 pieces of advice before I conclude. We have a long program. I don't want to talk long. Today, be engaged, be curious. You're going to be meeting with some fabulous Brown students. Pick their brains. Ask them what they like about college, what they don't like about college. You know, as you notice coming in, we have a little protest going on out there. That's fine. You can ask them what they think about that. We welcome free expression here at Brown. So be engaged, be curious. The other thing I would ask of you is come back. Come back. You know, all of you live fairly close to Brown. This campus is largely open to the public, lectures, art exhibits, events, sports events. And hopefully by being on campus today, you start to feel like, yeah, even if you're not a student here, this is your place too. So welcome, enjoy the day. And Michael, I'll let you introduce the next speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, President Paxton. All right, now for our next speaker. As the 39th mayor of the city of Providence, Brett Smiley is focused on improving the quality of life for all in the city by supporting quality schools, building safer streets, and improving city services for residents and businesses in every neighborhood. Providence has all of the ingredients to be a world-class city. Great restaurants, I can attest to that, vibrant neighborhoods, critically acclaimed arts and culture, and talented people. And by getting back to the basics, Mayor Smiley believes Providence can be the best-run city in America. Mayor Smiley brings over a decade of experience in public service, formerly serving as the Chief Operating Officer for the City of Providence, Chief of Staff to former Governor Gina Raimondo, and Rhode Island's Director of Administration. In that time, Mayor Smiley took on some of the toughest challenges our state faced and delivered results, expanding early education and childcare programs, making community college free for all high school graduates, and guiding the state's response to the COVID-19 pandemic. With these experiences, Mayor Smiley brings ideas, experience, and know-how to City Hall, helping Providence businesses and the community succeed. Mayor Smiley was active in a number of nonprofits, community groups, and causes, including Planned Parenthood, Marriage Equality Rhode Island, MERI, Rhode Island Housing, Rhode Island Communities for Addiction Recovery, or RICARES, and the National Gay and Lesbian Victory Fund. Finally, Mayor Smiley is a graduate of DePaul University, where he received a finance degree and an MBA. Right now, he lives on Hope Street with his husband, Jim Durantis, and both Jim and Brett, or Mayor Smiley, are avid runners and share a deep love of Providence. Please welcome Mayor Smiley.
That was a long intro. Good morning, everybody. It's so great to be here today, and I want to welcome all of the students, our friends from Pawtucket and CF, and especially our students here in Providence. It's about to be graduation season, and I'm going to be at all of your schools in the weeks and months to come celebrating the class above you and their important milestone. And I want to thank Brown and President Paxton and her entire team for opening the campus up to all of you today. It is not something that we take for granted that Brown works so hard to open its doors. As Chris said, this campus is in fact largely open to the public. There are no shortage of events where you can come hear a great lecture, see an amazing concert, just hang out on campus and get a feel for what it's like to be a student here at one of the nation's top universities, one of the world's top universities, right here in Providence, Rhode Island. And so please take her up on that invitation to spend a little time here and to get the feeling and to start to envision yourself here, whether you end up here at Brown or at another four-year college. We want you all to see yourselves as college students, and we're grateful for Brown's invitation to do so. I want to just share a little bit of my personal experience so that you understand there is a breadth of pathways both to get to college and to get out of college. Maybe, unlike Michael, it was always an expectation that I would go to college when I was growing up. And I came from a family of, my parents were both college graduates, and they expected me to do the same. And so I prepared for that. But for those students who maybe find themselves in my circumstance, know that it's not a straight path either. And so I went away to college having never left home. I grew up outside of Chicago. I went all the way to Atlanta, Georgia for college, and was thousands of miles away from home, and did not handle the freedom and responsibility of being so far away from home very well. For the first time in my life, I started getting bad grades, and I was on the track team. I started running poorly because I wasn't disciplined or serious about my running. And life took a turn that I didn't expect. And so Michael mentioned that I graduated from DePaul University, and that's because I transferred. So my sophomore year, I transferred to a school closer to home, and had to work harder than I had wanted to when I left high school to get back on track. But I did, and I got back on track, and then I stayed at it, and then ended up pursuing a master's degree at DePaul as well. And so I share all this to say that your all's path, each one of you is going to have a slightly different path. There's no straight line ahead of you, but know that there are people around to support you. And particularly for my Providence students here, there are supports in the Providence Public Schools, in the Providence community to support you as well. No matter what those zigs and zags might be in your pathway, there are adults that care about you, that want to see you succeed, that aren't going to judge whatever that pathway might be, and we will help you take that next step. Whether it's adults or professionals in your school building, through community groups, in city government, just mentors that we know exist in the community that want to see you succeed and thrive. If you end up here at Brown, congratulations, you have found yourself with an amazing opportunity opportunity. But we are also fortunate, and I hope this isn't disrespectful to my friends here at Brown, but we are also fortunate to live in a city and in a state with many fine college opportunities, and we want you to pursue any one of them. So in the private colleges here in Providence, whether it's Brown or the Rhode Island School of Design, Johnson & Wales, or Providence College, with our public schools of both the University of Rhode Island College, and CCRI. And I want to finish by just referencing and be sure that you understand the opportunity that presents itself depending on what, again, is the right path for you. Michael mentioned this. The state of Rhode Island has made available 2 free years of community college for every high school graduate. Any one of you are eligible for this. And so if you want to explore that, this is called the Rhode Island Promise Program. 2 free years of CCRI available to all of you. And so financial aid should not be a consideration to pursuing that opportunity. As President Paxton pointed out, if you get into Brown, they match the aid to whatever your family's need might be. That is a remarkable opportunity and a credit to the hard work that they've done here to raise money to be able to support students from across the world, really, to go no matter their ability to pay. And so you have great friends and champions in Providence and in Rhode Island. We're going to hear from a couple friends of mine here in a moment, our Commissioner of Education, Angelica Infante-Green, who cares deeply about all of our students statewide, and our remarkable superintendent here in Providence, Javier Montañez, who is a great champion for Providence students. Enjoy this day. Spend the day, as they said, asking questions of both adults and students here, and take that moment to envision yourself as a college student here at Brown or at another campus that's the right fit for you. But we want all of you to go on beyond your high school years so that you can have a world of opportunity and choices, but those choices will only present themselves if you have a degree or certificate or credential beyond high school. And so it is critical that you think about what your plan is beyond high school. We're so excited for all of you. Enjoy this great day. And Michael, I'll turn it back over to you.
Thank you, Mayor Smiley. Now, before we continue with our speakers, we have a little treat for y'all. It's my pleasure to introduce one of my favorite student groups on campus. Many of them are my friends. Not yet, not yet. Since 2005, Mariachi the Brown has been Brown University's official mariachi band. They are composed of undergrads and graduate students united by their love for mariachi music and Mexican culture, and they perform in various campus-wide events, culture festivities, private parties, really? Oh, wow. And support philanthropic and community outreach efforts in the New England area. Please let us hype up Mariachi the Brown.
Hey, oh, is this on? Y'all can hear me? Okay. Hi, good morning. We are Mariachi the Brown. We have been on Brown's campus for a really long time, probably before you guys were even born. That's how long we've been here. We had a break through, we had to, kind of have a break during the pandemic, during COVID, but a few of our students that you see on stage decided to restart the band, and we are so grateful to be here today to play for you guys. The song that we chose to play for you right now is an upbeat song. We really hope that we could hear some claps during the song. We'll be dancing, we'll be singing. This is a really common song to sing during celebrations and like parties and stuff, so we hope to hear you. We hope to hear really loud cheers from all these schools. We want to hear who is the loudest, so come and join us for this song. It's called Mariachi Loco. Ha 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 ha. bailar el mariachi loco. El mariachi loco quiere bailar, el mariachi loco quiere bailar. Quiere bailar el mariachi loco, quiere bailar el mariachi loco. Hey, 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 hey.
Wow, thank you, thank you, thank you. Muchas gracias, Mariachi. They'll be playing one more time for us, but now let us continue with the speaker program. Thank you, yeah. Let's give them a round of applause. All right, next up, I would like to introduce Commissioner of Elementary and Secondary Education, Angelica Infante-Green. So Commissioner Green has served as the Rhode Island Commissioner of Elementary and Secondary Education since April 29, 2019. As Commissioner, she instituted several major efforts to improve K-12 education across the state, most notably a comprehensive review of the Providence Public School District. She's now leading the state intervention in the city schools to overcome decades of neglect and poor performance. In the midst of the pandemic, the Commissioner convened the Learning, Equity, and Accelerated Pathways, or LEAP Task Force, which released its report and recommendations in April of 2021 to help guide the accelerated learning opportunities to rebuild Rhode Island's educational system post-pandemic. Prior to joining RIDE, the Department of Education, she served as the Deputy Commissioner of the New York State Education Department's Office of Instructional Support. That's a lot of syllables. Infante-Green began her it's all right. Infante-Green began her career as a bilingual classroom teacher in the South Bronx. Since leaving the classroom, she has served in a variety of roles focused on improving instruction for all students, particularly multilingual learners, something I would have appreciated when I was growing up. She had several leadership positions for the New York City School Department, and she was a member of the first cohort of the Chiefs for Change Future Chiefs program. Finally, as a first-generation American, Infante-Green sees her first day as a teacher as a life-changing moment where she realized her personal calling. Having herself learned English in school, and as the parent of a child with special needs, she has fought to replace a deficit view with an enrichment view for students who need more. Infante-Green earned an MA in education and in school administration and supervision from Mercy College. And finally, and this is very cute, she's married with a son and daughter. Please welcome her.
Well, it's hard to follow the mariachi, right? So I want to start off by going back to the question that President Paxton asked you, how many of you see yourselves going to college? Raise your hands. All right. Those of you that did not raise your hand, that doesn't mean you can't change your mind. Doesn't mean that tomorrow you can't wake up and say, hey, maybe I want to do this. But I want you to think. I want you all to close your eyes for 1 minute. Everyone, close your eyes. I can see every one of you. What do you see yourself doing 10 years from now? What's your passion? What fills you? Is it music? Is it art? Is it math? What is it? Who do you see yourself being? Where are you working? What are you doing? Open your eyes. That journey starts today. Can someone tell me what they saw themselves being? I'm going to call on you. Oh, I know. Terrible, right? Yes, I love that. What was that? Say it louder. A technician? What kind of technician? Oh, right, a computer technician. Someone on this side. Yes. A diplomat? Oh, I like that. You know, you get free housing. You get free housing. One more on this side. What is that? No, don't volunteer other people. If you're volunteering someone, I'm going to call on you. Someone on this side. Yes. Yes. Say it louder. Cybersecurity. I love that. That even sounds like sexy, right? All right, last person on this side. Last person on this side. Yes, back there, all the way in the back. I love it. Your hands straight up. What is it? In college? That's right. That's right. So, all right, let's settle down. He might be. But it starts with you taking that first step. Things may be hard. You may be feeling exhausted. You may be feeling like there's a lot of challenges before you. You may be thinking that you don't know how you're going to pay for it. I may not have the grades. I don't feel ready. But guess what? You could overcome all those barriers. All the adults in this room care about you, want you to succeed. We will help you get to that next step. When I was going to college, my parents didn't know anything about college. And I did it on my own. My parents were immigrants from the Dominican Republic. Así mismo. So you know what that means, right? I had very strict parents. And they wanted me to go to college, but they didn't know anything about college. And I look back now, and I made some decisions because I didn't have adults to talk to. Find an adult in your school. Find a mentor. I got into a school in New York City that was called Cooper Union, and that school was free. But I chose to go to the University of Buffalo. Guess why? Those of you that are Dominican, you'll know why. Cooper Union was in New York City. I lived in New York City. University of Buffalo was 8 hours away. Oh, I didn't want to live at home. That was for sure. So I made a decision like an 18-year-old was making. But if I look back now, I wish I had someone to guide me. So I want you to leave here today talking to some of the students that are at Brown, talking to the teachers here, talking to your teachers. There is no hurdle that you can't climb. There is no obstacle that we can't help you overcome. How many of you feel nervous about going to college? Speak the truth, yep. Yep. But let me tell you, it'll be the best time of your life. Because what you're going to learn is who you are as a person. You're going to learn the concept, but you're going to learn how strong you are, how smart you are, how you can do it, how you can move forward. So you have one homework assignment. You're going to find one adult that you're going to talk to about your hopes and dreams. And that adult is going to help you set out that plan for you to get there. That's what you're going to do. Today is about the things you can do. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't do something. If somebody says, well, you're not prepared, then you say what? Help prepare me. If somebody says to you, I don't think you can do that, then you show them that you can. Don't ever let anyone tell you what you can and cannot do. Because the reality is that you guys can do it. My mother didn't speak English. I went to college. We figured it out. I'm the first person in my family to go to college. And I know how hard that is because they don't understand the challenges. But I will tell you that it changed my life and it changed my family's life. And I know those of you that are here, I know the pressure that you're under. I know that your family is depending on you. We see you. We're here for you. And what President Paxton said about making it affordable, you don't know what a big deal that is, guys. That is huge. Take her up on it. Let's show up. Let's fill Brown with our Rhode Island students. Let's make that commitment. So I need you to show up, be prepared, and look for tomorrow. But you got to start with one small step every day. Every day you got to do something to build that dream. You want to be in cybersecurity, you got to do one thing you do today. Tomorrow you do something else. Don't let it overwhelm you. You can do it. So I need you to find one person, and I'm going to do something crazy now. I want you to email me and tell me who that person is. Email me. I'm not going to give you my email address. You know why? Because you got to look it up. It's public. It's part of the homework. Send me an email and say, this is my person. And if you don't have a person, we'll find you a person. Because today is about everything you can do. So I want to see hands now. Who can go to college? That's right. How many of you are excited about going to college? I love it. And those of you that are nervous, it's okay to be nervous. But know that you have a big number of people rooting you on. This is what we're here for. Quiero que todos digan pa'lante. Vamos, 1, 2 y 3. That's right. Everyone can do it here. You've got a team. Thank you all.
All right, everyone. Thank you, Commissioner. Now for our last speaker of the morning, Dr. Javier Montañez has, oh, okay. Wait until I finish. But I like the energy. Dr. Javier Montañez has dedicated nearly his entire career in education to supporting PPSD students as a teacher, assistant principal, and principal. He began his career in Providence as a bilingual teacher at Spaziano Elementary, then known as Laurel Hill Elementary, in 1996. In the nearly 25 years since, he has been promoted multiple times, ascending to assistant principal and principal. Dr. Montañez received a Master's of Education from Rhode Island College and a Doctorate in Educational Leadership from Johnson & Wales University. Under his decade of leadership at Leviton Dual Language, the elementary school has seen significant growth, having gone from being a 1 to 3-star in the state's ranking system. Leviton was one of the only 3 schools in the entire state that grew by at least 2-star levels. On a personal level, Dr. Montañez understands the transformative power of education because it changed his life. As a student in Providence, Montañez experienced homelessness, and he often attended school only because he knew he would receive 2 meals a day if he did. In high school, he struggled with reading and dropped out of Hope High School. Through perseverance and the drive to succeed, he went back to school and received his GED. Decades later, he has earned his doctorate and a superintendent certification and is ready to work to support PPSD students. Please give it up for Dr. Montañez.
Now, I was given the opportunity to come and speak with you, but before I do, how do I follow all those amazing individuals who are up here speaking to you about their vision and what they expect from you? But before I start, can I get a little bit of music over there? Come on, give me a little bit, give me a little bit. You got to get me started. They don't want to go to sleep. Give me a little something. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So, thank you. Well, before I go in and give you a little bit of the history that you just heard about me, but I really want to take the opportunity to say, let's give a big, huge round of applause to College Day at Brown for the 3rd year in a row. Representing 3 districts, big round of applause. Representing 17 schools, big round of applause. I want you, I want to hear you. I can't hear you. That's right, that's right, that's right. The reason why I want to hear you, because I want you to know that you're not in this alone. So I want you to acknowledge those individuals, whether it's a friend, whether it's a guidance counselor, whether it's a teacher, whether it's a parent, who have been beside you 24/7, making sure that you get to this point in your life. We need to recognize those individuals. So for yourself, give those individuals a big round of applause. I had a big speech written up. It doesn't make it justice. It doesn't give it justice. I need to speak to you from the heart. I need to let you know that I've been in those seats. You have no idea the opportunity that you have coming to an establishment, a college like this over here in the university, to let you know that they're here for you. As you heard it before, find that one person that you could connect to. As you go through the day, take in all the information. Ask questions. Remember when you was 2 years old, your most important question when you was 2 years old is why? I want you to think like scientists. Ask yourself why. Why am I here? Why am I doing this? Why am I going to push myself through this? I am also one of the first in my family to go to college. I don't know how I did it. I don't know why I did it. I needed to know that there was something else I can do. And for my entire life, I want you to think about it. My entire life I was told, I'll never amount to anything. I'll never be good enough. I'll be dead or in jail by the age of 18 or worse. That's what I had to look for. I had to push that away and look deep into myself and ask myself, who am I truly? As you heard, I couldn't graduate Hope High School. It wasn't because I wasn't smart. I mean, I have my doctorate today, so it wasn't that. But you have to believe in yourself and have a dream, and don't let anyone take that dream away from you. And look for those people who are going to support you all the way through. You have the opportunity right now to find out what the life in college is about. Don't throw that away. Take it in, learn, ask questions. Know that you can do this. So for my familias, that's why es boricua también. Hablo un poco español. So hablo bastante español. But I used to speak a lot of Spanglish because I'm a New Yorker. So yo como with a spoon. So so the thing is, it doesn't matter where you come from. What matters is your vision, your goals, what you plan to achieve, and everything that you do. Think about this as being the next chapter in your life. You have written multiple chapters, and you will write many more chapters in your life. But please take all those advice that you've heard from your parents, your teachers, your guidance counselors, your friends that tell you when you don't believe in yourself, you got this. You can do this. Please don't ever give up. Persevere. If a little Boricua from the projects in Brooklyn can go from a GED to an EDD, being dyslexic, and multiple things that hold me back, and I persevere, it's a lot easier for you to do. Just believe in yourself. Don't give up. Keep pushing forward. It is your life. It's your opportunity. You're not doing this for anybody. You're doing it for yourself. Believe in yourself. You have that power. You know how they say there's a glass ceiling? There is no glass ceiling for you. I'm going to leave you with these. Is the moon huge? I want you to take an arrow, aim at the moon, shoot at the moon. That arrow, I'm sorry to tell you, it's not going to make it to the moon. That's messed up, right? I build you up and drop you down. But that's okay. When that arrow passes the moon, it's going to fall among the stars. And you're all here. Believe in yourself, have faith in yourself, and you will succeed no matter what. Thank you for having me here today.
Thank you, Superintendent. Now, before we dismiss everyone, let's welcome Mariachi one more time to the stage. For a closing song. Thank you.
Hello, two beautiful speeches by two beautiful people. We want to follow up with two more beautiful songs. Before we, perform one of the songs, it's called Cielito Lindo. I want to hear you guys kind of sing along. One of the chorus, some of the choruses is, ay, 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 canta y no llores. And I really want to hear you guys sing that with us. So can I get a, ay, 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 ay? Or a, ay, 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 ay. Canta y no llores. So for some of you who do not know what that means, it basically means please sing and do not cry. In these times, it's a little bit tough to, navigate. You guys are applying. No, you guys are not applying, but you guys are thinking about going to college and you're nervous about going to college. Just think about those lyrics. Just think about singing and not crying because everything's going to be all right. So, Cielito Lindo. De la Sierra Morena, cielito lindo, viene bajando. Un par de ojitos negros, cielito lindo de contrabando. De la Sierra Morena, cielito lindo, viene bajando. Un par de ojitos negros, cielito lindo de contrabando. Ay, 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 canta y no llores, porque cantando se alegra, cielito lindo, los corazones. que tiene cielito lindo junto a la boca. No se lo des a nadie, cielito lindo que a mí me toca. Ese lunar que tiene cielito lindo junto a la boca. No se lo des a nadie, cielito lindo que a mí me toca. Todos, ay, 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 canta y no llores, porque cantando se alegra, cielito lindo, los corazones. Una más, ay, 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 canta y no llores, porque cantando se alegra, cielito lindo, los corazones. Ay, qué laureles tan verdes, qué rosas tan encendidas. Si piensas abandonarme, mejor quítame la vida. Alza los ojos a verme si no estás comprometido. Eres mata de algodón que vives en el capullo. Ay, qué tristeza me da cuando te llenas de orgullo de ver a mi corazón enredado con el tuyo. Eres rosa de Castilla que solo en mayo se ve. Quisiera hacerte un invite, pero la verdad no sé si tienes quien te lo evite. Mejor me separaré. Por ahí va la despedida, chiquito, por tus quereres. La bendición de los hombres son las benditas mujeres, y aquí se acaban cantando los versos de los laureles. Thank you so much. We enjoyed performing for you all on College Day, and we really hope that you get to follow your dreams, follow your career paths, no matter what path you go to. So good luck. Thank you.
How was that, guys? Thank you so much, Mariachi. We appreciate y'all. I'm really happy everyone clapped. I'm really happy everyone paid attention and that you guys made the effort to get up early, not eat breakfast, and come here. Now we're going to be dismissing y'all in just a bit so that you can get off to your activities, get lunch, meet some interesting people, and just see what Brown has to offer. One thing before I start dismissing, I just wanted to emphasize that I myself am the first in my family to go to college. Again, I had no idea how to get here or how I got here until I just jumped right into it. And I saw that some of y'all, even after the commissioner asked if you guys would now apply to college, some of y'all still didn't raise your hands. And I understand why some of you wouldn't. I just hope that you realize that there were so many things that were in my path that made me think that I didn't even aim for Brown, you know? My goal was to just get into a college. Yeah, I'm here. So please don't self-deny yourselves by not trying. Because that's the biggest mistake you can do. You know, maybe you won't end up here, but at least let the school decide that, and don't deny yourself that future. Because it's within your grasp, and you're here, and that goes to show how talented, how amazing, and how far ahead you are than where I was when I was your age. Thank you, guys.